Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Thursday, February 29th, 2024. I just actually got off that call that I was talking about not too long ago. So I'm going to just put the report piece into here so you see it. It's just a little bit easier to get. But we got some pretty decent economic news this morning, and the S&P was down. The futures were down 17. They reversed back up, but we didn't really have that euphoria. And it looked like they were lulling people to sleep, and then from there they just kind of jacked things up. And this was what was kind of expected from the patterns that were out. And really, the main one that I was going off of was that we didn't have any bearish divergences from this particular top here. And again, just using history as our guide, when we've seen these types of tops, they haven't. We've seen these types of moves where we had a high momentum move. It doesn't really mark the top until we get some kind of divergences. But obviously, lately they've been, extending even higher. So it doesn't mean we have to have a sell off or any type of sell right away. But this was just suggesting that this was not going to be, this was not the top. So we're pretty close to it right now. They got about another 10 points to go, a little bit more than that, maybe 15. But in any case, you can see we have a little bit more room to go on momentum. So I'm thinking they're going to make the new highs tomorrow and have everybody talking about things. But it's the same old that's been going on. We saw a little bit. This was just way too organized and constructive on the way down. Once it ran into the 50-day moving average, buyers were waiting, and this is where we took off. So there's really no surprise in this. What I think what the surprise would have been is if we took this out and we started coming down, because I think a lot of people were pretty much on the same boat right there. So if we make the new highs, we're going to definitely get some bearish divergences, because even when we take a look at the 15-minute chart here, we did this, the gap up right here. Well, I'm sorry, what am I talking about? I'm looking at the last week. We had really no there was really no enthusiasm obviously this was a 100-point move, so this isn't as much, but you can see it's just really hovering near the neutral line. So even though we were up 26 points, there was not a whole lot of, I don't want to say participation, but there was not a lot of movement in the indicators. So me personally, I just think there's no sellers out there, and that's what's going on. And it is what it is, and we're the bulls are going to stay in charge until some sellers do step in, and then really the buyers will turn into sellers, and that's when we get the big moves down. But right now, nothing has really changed on the the overall landscape as far as the lack of sellers and the bulls in full control of the market. So just looking at where if we do head up, you can see we have this up trend line right here, and it's kind of going right on line with the previous high. So I'd keep an eye on that 51.10. If they get above it, maybe we get a little bit above on that. But I'm going to stick on the same page that I'm just not comfortable chasing. Fear of missing out is not in my dictionary right now, because the way that this market has moved up, it's asking for trouble, and it's not. I'm not fighting it. It's just one of the things that I'd rather take some other types of trades, and that's it, and not really be looking for where the top is. It's going to happen, and when it does, I think that the move that we've seen from the October lows, a big part of it's going to be taken out in a very quick manner. I don't know what the catalyst will be, and I don't think it's going to happen right now unless something does happen geopolitically or something to that end. But right now, the bulls are in control. You just let it be, and we just have to see if they can get above these previous all-time highs, and if they do, maybe we're looking somewhere around that 51.20, but until the bears can put anything together, and obviously this is the important support level, this zone right here from the 50.56 down to the 50.40. Until this gets taken out here, the bulls are gonna, they're gonna continue, because if they lose that, that's when we're going to see the big drop where this gap gets taken out and we start seeing moves down to the 49.81 and possibly down to the 49.50. But right now, unless something crazy happens, I think we're just going to kind of hang out up here, and we are going to have a dip here and there, but I don't think it's going to be anything big, and that probably won't start until the time period that Woody's looking for the top. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Enjoy your night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.